Well, good morning. I'm so grateful that we have another opportunity to share the word together with you and learn what God has prepared for us today. What is God reminding us today to be aware of, to help us go through our daily work? And therefore, I'd like to encourage you as you hear this message, share it with somebody else. Be a blessing to somebody. Or share it on your page if you're on online. Share it with somebody in the social media. Let them be able to partake of this. And then also give us a feedback and let us know how we are being an impact in your life. Today, we'd like to encourage you from the book of Romans, chapter number 8 and verses 31. Romans 8 and verses 31, and it says this. What then shall we say to these things? If God is for us, who can be against us? Now here Paul is writing, and Paul is making a reference to everything that he has said from chapter 1 of Romans to chapter 8 of Romans up to this particular verse. So he's saying, what shall we say unto these things? So there are so many things he's talked about. He's talked about people who are not willing to submit themselves to God, people who do not know how to be able to align themselves to be led by God by saying, the thing that I do not want to do are the thing that I do, and the thing that I don't want to do are the thing that I end up doing. Who shall help in all these things? So he's saying, what shall we say unto all these things? If God is for us, who can be against us? In other words, now Paul is beginning to say, we need to begin to focus more on God being for us than the things that have already been stated. The world is not a friendly place, because the world is a place whereby there is a lot of competition and shoulder rubbing so that nobody is able to get ahead of anybody. But if God is with you, you don't have to rub shoulders with anybody to get ahead of anyone. And therefore, all these things in the world of rage and anger or murmuring and fear, all these things shall be there. And therefore, you've got to understand, what shall we say in all these things? In other words, what will we do if we are faced with all these things that are going on today? This is what you need to understand, that God is for us. And if God is for us, there is no greater force, there is no greater power, there is no greater authority than God himself, because God is the supreme authority, God is the supreme power, God is the supreme answer to everything that there is. And as long as we continue to look unto God as the supreme authority, the supreme power, then we can say what these things try to bring for us, we are not moved by them, because whoever is for us and whoever is in us is far much greater than what we face. In the world today, we face quite a few things. There are political things we face. There are financial things that we face. There are healthcare things that we face medically. There are business things that we face. But you know what? God is for us. These are not new things happening in the world today that have never happened before. We understand that the Bible says that there is no new thing under the sun. Things keep on recycling after so many years. And we've got to understand, as much as they cycle, God does not cycle himself. God is still the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. So what shall we say unto these things? God is for me. That's all we've got to say. God is for me. And my God is greater. My God is bigger. My God is stronger. And as long as we can know that, guess what? We can face any power. We can face any authority. We can face any situation, because we know God is for us. So I'd like to encourage you today. You may be going through so many things in your life, or you may not be going through anything at all, but you still need to understand one thing, that God is for you. And if God is for you, then there is nothing that can be against you, because greater is He that is in you than he that is in the world. If you can wrap that around your heart and wrap it around your mind, you can face any giant, you can face any mountain, you can face any obstacle in your life and be able to overcome it. So you remember that as you go about your daily life, and everything will be okay, because God is for you and is on your side. Stay blessed and have a wonderful day.